Climate change is already here, and scientists are expecting it to continue to grow in the upcoming years. Is there a way out? If there is, then what is it? Some believe nuclear energy is a possible solution, but is it sustainable? What are the challenges for using it, and how has nuclear energy impacted climate change so far? In today's video, we will answer all your questions about how nuclear energy has emerged as a possible answer to the growing climate problem. So sit back and stay with us until the end to learn about the future vision of the nuclear industry. Let's get started. The United Nations perceives climate change as the most systemic threat to humankind. Despite this, carbon dioxide emissions continue to grow, attaining 33.1 billion tons in 2018, which has increased by 40% since 2000. It's a record. To help manage the growing threat global warming poses, we need an immediate modification of how we generate and utilize energy. It urges that we ponder all feasible choices for confining heat-trapping gas emissions. Hence, to withstand climate change, the world must quickly lessen its dependency on fossil fuels. Renewable energy technologies and energy efficiency methods can help in effectively cutting down on emissions. There are numerous ways that are safe, cost-effective, and commercially available. Yet, limiting the worst effects of climate change needs other low or no carbon energy solutions, such as nuclear power. Nuclear reactors are bringing about scientific interest that has not been seen since at least the end of the Cold War. The reason for this is for the nuclear reactor's potential to produce energy with less greenhouse gas emissions. It yields 1/3 of the emissions per unit of electricity as compared to other solar sources. Nuclear energy is low carbon and can be deployed on a much bigger scale, providing the world with healthy and affordable electricity. Scientists state that to fulfill the world's energy requirements and prevent the terrible impacts of climate change, low-carbon electricity production must expand from delivering 36% of the world's energy today to 85% by 2040. Today, nuclear power produces roughly 20% of electricity in the United States and is the third biggest electricity source in the US. Most existing US nuclear plants have clearances that allow them to operate until 2030 to 2050. Having said that, nuclear power is on the skids globally. It also faces significant challenges and holds considerable human health and environmental threats. According to the International Energy Agency, IEA, its contribution to electricity generation is in danger, declining from a mid-1990s high of about 18% worldwide electricity capacity to about 10% today. The agency anticipates the lowered wave to continue, hitting 5% by 2040 unless governments around the world intervene. There are many causes for this downfall. Low natural gas prices, increasingly affordable renewable technologies, and grid improvements all have led nuclear reactors to depart abruptly with little or no planning, many of which have been replaced by natural gas. Though neater than coal, natural gas still yields a very large percentage of carbon. A nuclear plant's outcome is compensated by electricity from natural gas. However, the resulting emissions destroy national efforts to accomplish the desired reduction in carbon pollution. Today's low market price of natural gas does not reveal the cost this pollution imposes on society. We need to handle this market failure and level the playing domain for all low or no carbon sources of electricity. Policymakers should evaluate the cost and feasibility of all options. They should consider the magnitude and timing of carbon reduction for each option, the respective costs, and the extent to which each option will spur technology innovation. They need to find a financial balance between nuclear energy plants and other renewable sources, such as solar energy requirements. Experts have determined to fulfill the deep decarbonization needed for keeping the average rise in global temperatures below 1.5 Celsius. Fighting climate change would be difficult without nuclear power. This is because nuclear power is reliable and can be deployed on a large scale. The use of nuclear energy today prevents emissions approximately equal to eliminating 1/3 of all cars from the world's roads. We all know that global climate change has already had visual impacts on the environment. Effects that scientists had foreseen in the past are now happening. Loss of sea ice, accelerated sea level rise, the longer, more intense heat waves. Scientists have high confidence that global temperatures will continue to rise for decades to come, largely due to greenhouse gases produced majorly by electrical appliances. Modern society is evolving to be more dependent on electricity, with steadily increasing needs for transport and domestic heating, which generate over 40% of all energy-related carbon emissions. Decarbonizing the electricity supply while providing affordable and reliable electricity to a growing global population is today's climate change strategy. Nuclear energy has shown the potential to be the catalyst for delivering sustainable energy. For instance, France generates over 70% of its electricity from nuclear power, while its electricity sector emissions are 1/6 of the European average. This shows that nuclear energy can surely be effective in combat against climate change. At this point, we cannot afford to wait. The impacts of climate change will hit the poorest and most vulnerable first. Failing to act will have significant consequences. The nuclear industry recognizes the scale and immediacy of the challenge and the important role that all low-carbon energy sources can play. In the same direction, the industry is building Harmony, a vision for the future of electricity supply. It set a target to build an additional 1,000 gigawatt electrical of nuclear energy capacity across the world and provide 25% of electricity by 2050. By achieving Harmony, they commit to build a new, cleaner, and truly sustainable world, allowing us to pass on a cleaner planet to our children. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned as we bring you more intriguing content in the future. Until then, take care.